G-Rock Rising. I'm Erin Vogt, and with me today are three members of the band Wicker Hollow. With so much going on that we should just cut right to it. This makes it really easy. All three members with me today are Chris, and I'll explain it a little bit longer. Chris Leone, Chris Sparta, Chris Sterner, if you want to explain your parts in the band, just so everybody out there knows.
I'm bass,
Okay.
some backing vocal.
I sing lead vocals and play guitar.
Guitar player. That's it. No backup vocals.
And here today, actually in the midst of their new CD, which is coming out September 1st. Do we have a working title for it?
It's called Live Like You Know What You're Leaving.
Okay, and it's really, you brought me a pre-release mock-up of it. It looks fantastic. The songs on it I know are fantastic from what you were able to send me at G-Rock Rising. And so if you want to just take the stage and explain, you've been hard at work on it. You definitely have the deadline coming up with a CD release party scheduled for Starland Ballroom September 1st. It's a Saturday night, it's in Sayreville, it's a place to be. It's definitely going to be a great album. If you want to explain where you're at right now and the idea behind it.
The album's it's kind of a concept album. It's about like a career in music on the road and like just everything surrounding it, your life, relationships that like you lose or that work. Some of the songs are about like being out there and trying to make what you're in home, you know what I mean? Because something might remind you of home, because it's it's hard and stuff, and it's long. It seems like it takes forever, and that's basically just over like the last like I don't even know how many years that me and him have been on the road, like stuff like that. And this band, like when we started it, that's just basically what that's what the writing was about right away.
Okay.
It wasn't like your typical like rock and roll album about love or whatever. It's more like, well, here's what happened to this relationship, but here's why.
Right.
It's not just like I miss you or whatever. And that's every song on it is about the same thing pretty much, different twists. And then there's one song on it that's about a friend that we lost that we'll play later. And he was also big into music, and he spent a lot of his life on the road, so that it just kind of
Brings it all back
brings
together.
it all together, and it belongs on this album, and that's actually one of the songs we're finishing up today when we go back to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
But we just tried to come up with like for the cover we had a friend of ours lay on the beach with an old school phone like off the hook,
An old rotary phone,
like she's waiting, and she's like lost her mind now because like her significant other has just been gone for so long, and
Right.
you don't hear from them all the time.
What else do you see on the horizon? Or are you just kind of focused on baby steps at this point, getting the album done?
Well, we back in April we got flown down to the Bahamas to be in a movie. Stuart Raffle is the director, which he did Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes,
Oh, wow.
Grizzly Falls. He did a lot of great movies, and it's we're in the movie. The music's in the movie. We actually, I think the opening scene is us playing.
Oh wow, that's great.
And there's a couple of our songs. Yeah, it was great. I mean, we got flown down there. Everything was paid for, and it was just an insane trip. And it was cool to be part of an actual movie with all these like 20 feet tall cameras and lights everywhere.
That's great.
And it was.
I think it was cool to be called Gene Pool.
yeah, our band name in the movie is Gene Pool.
Gene Pool?
Yeah, we don't tell too many people that.
We actually just told a lot of people that.
Yeah. But it should be a really cool movie. James Brolin is in it, and Antonio Sabato
okay.
Jr. is in it. Yeah, and I think they finished editing it this week, and I don't know when it's being released or anything.
But it's something to look
But
for.
it's definitely, if you go to, the movie's called Sirens of Eleuthera. If you go to that, sirensofeleuther.com, you can see the trailer and actually listen to some of our songs on there.
We want to thank Chris, half of Wicker Hollow, for coming down to the G-Rock studios today on G-Rock Rising. The CD is Live Like You Know What You're Leaving, September 1st, Starland Ballroom in Sayreville CD release party. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm sure that I'll be there with you guys. Check back with us here at G-Rock Rising.